Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the showroom. Here we are starting the far side at 8 p.m. sharp, a little bit earlier than usual. Isn't that cool? See, we could be swayed. Anyway, it is a Friday night, and what a cool, weird day it was. I wasn't sure what the rain was like. All of a sudden, I felt like we were in December or something, and I realized, no, we're only in October. But we're in October. It's not September, and it's not August, and it sure as hell ain't July no more. What a summer. 39 days of July. Do you realize that in the 6 years we've run that, I keep on forgetting to think about, take the weather into consideration. I just go ahead and program and I go, no, there'll be no such thing as rain. And we've been very fortunate to have sprinkles, but nothing serious enough to actually have to close the show. Pretty darn cool. Only could be done in the valley, which is a rather fun place to be, right? Yeah. So here we are tonight. The guy that's coming here to perform for you. Many years ago, I saw a band in London, Ontario. I took it upon myself at that point in time as a young man to go around to the various bars in town, specifically some of the country bars, at the very beginning of the week when it was 6-day shows. You know, everyone had the gig for 6 nights. And so I stopped off at this weird bar called the Talbot Inn in London, Ontario, where not all the hip people went to, but there was this band called the Rhythm Rockets, and I walked in, and it was a huge band with 3 guitar players, a bass player. It was just huge. David Wilcox was in the band, right? So it's pretty an impressive band, but I caught them on the Monday night, so I got the word out around town that, hey, this is where the happening place was. So we all got down there, caught on to what was going on. That is just the beginning of those guys coming out of Toronto, and it was like, wow. So I was turned on to it was just an awesome band. But one guy in that band stood out more than the others, and his name was Morgan Davis. Now, for some reason, it caught my ear, and I kept on following what he was doing. As I went along, I was able to follow him throughout London, which is where I was living. I'd see him in Toronto. Whenever I flew back, I'd always see where he was playing in Toronto so I could get over and catch the show. Because when he had a trio, he always had the best playing with him at all times, right? It was always a great show. So I made sure I've been following this guy. And in his albums and everything else, right from the first days of vinyl, it's when I first caught on to him. So it's been a long time that I've been thinking this guy's pretty good. And then something I want to point out to you is that something I had in my head. It was about, he's a school teacher by trade, right? At times. So he is a history, it's not a school teacher, but he's a history teacher. And the reason he is a history teacher is not that he's out there teaching the propaganda that was given. He's out there, he's teaching the truth and the facts because he researches. That's what he does. That's what history people do. They make sure they know the truth, the facts. And when he sings the blues and he talks to the blues and he plays his music, it's all about the truths of life from his point of view. His name's Morgan Davis. I call him a really good friend. Please give him to the stage.
How y'all doing tonight?
Good.
Well, when you go to work, do you start right away? Didn't think so.
Bright lights, big city, gone to my baby's head. Bright lights, big city, went to my baby's head. You know, I try to tell her one, but she don't believe a word I said. We're gonna hear, pretty baby. Now, honey, knock yourself out. Yeah, I'm gonna hear, pretty baby. Honey, knock yourself out. You know I love you, little woman. You don't know what it's all about. Well, it's alright, pretty baby. You're gonna need my help someday. Yeah, well, it's alright, pretty baby. You're gonna need my help someday. You're gonna wish you had a listen to some of those things I said. Well, those bright lights, big city, gone to my baby's head. Yeah, now bright lights, big city, went to my baby's head. You know, I try to tell a woman, but she don't believe a word I said. Hey, thank you very much. Say, Tim, can we like dim them glimmers a little bit, please? Is that possible? And maybe put us some house lights. I want to keep my eye on these folks. No house lights? Well, just dim them glimmers a little bit. There they are. I want to look at all 11 of you guys. I know we don't have a sold-out house tonight. We don't have lineups and everything, but it's okay. You don't need 1 million people to have a good time. That's the truth, ain't it? Yeah. Best time I ever had one, but 2 of us there. Or was it 3? A long time ago. Let's try this one here. Well, last night I gave up smoking. Tonight I'm giving up you. Baby, I ain't joking. Won't be easy to do. But if I had to make a choice between the two, you know, I'd go back to cigarettes before I'd go back to you. When I first got on tobacco, I thought it tasted good. When I first got on you, you did just what I thought you would. Might have been what I wanted then, but now it just won't do. Last night I gave up smoking, and tonight I'm giving up you. Just about all I can stand are those worthless cigarettes. And I spend more on the 2 of you than I do myself. And lately you don't please me the way you used to do. Last night I gave up smoking, and tonight I'm giving up you. Well, now last night I gave up, and tonight I'm giving up you. Thank you. I'm turning up my amp just a little bit, Tim, just for my sake. All right. Isn't that a cool song? I wish I'd have wrote it. Here's another one I didn't write. This one's been around for a long time and started out life being sung on the streets by Mississippi John Hurt years ago. A lot of people covered this song over the years. Sadly, it became a huge hit when Sammy Davis Jr. put out a version of it. Nothing like the original. All that was left basically was the name of the song. But like they say on the East Coast where I live, He ripped the guts right out of her. That's right. Here's the way it sounded like back in the day. Said the candy man, been here and gone. Yeah, that candy man, been here and gone. It's the candy man, been here and gone. Give anything in this whole round world, get that old candy man home. Said I'd do anything in this God Almighty world, get that old candy man home. A little red light, little green light. Got your little red light, little green light. It's the little red light and the green light. You stop on the red and you go on the green. Don't you mess with Mr. In Between. You better stop on the red and you go on the green. Honey, that means you better follow the rules. Candy man, salty dog. Candy man's a salty dog. Candy man, he's a salty dog. I wish I was down in New Orleans, sitting on that candy stand. Said I wish I was down in New Orleans, sitting on my own candy stand. Let's go to New Orleans. You know, I took my baby to the candy stand. She got stuck on a candy man. Oh, Mr. Candy Man, he's so slick. Got that 9-inch candy stick. Oh, Mr. Candy Man, he's so slick. And the girls all love that candy man stick. Well, I love my little candy girl. God knows I do. Said I love my little candy girl. God knows I do. Honeydew, cantaloupe. Honeydew, cantaloupe. Honeydew, cantaloupe. Honey, do you wanna marry me? 'Cause I cantaloupe with you. Man, that's bad. That is so terrible. I don't know why I do that night after night after. Well, actually, I do know why. I learned this off old 78 RPM record, ladies and gentlemen. What can I say? I just copied it right off the record. You know the candy man, been here and gone. Yeah, that candy man, been hearing, gone. When that candy man was a very old record. Here and gone. Give anything in this God Almighty world just to get that old candy man home. Yeah, thank you. All right. Oh, I forgot I got a stand here. This is one of them deluxe places, man. Look at that. Just like downtown. Well, we are downtown. Yeah. What the hell is that, you're thinking? This is a 3-string cigar box guitar, and it's so named because it is actually constructed from a discarded cigar box. And these are, make-do instruments that were put together by poor folk, usually in rural areas that couldn't afford that $20, $30 mail-order guitar back in the day. And so necessity being the mother of invention, if you want to make music bad enough, you'll find a way.
I was speaking with this gentleman here about the Howlin' Wolf. I got to play with his guitar player, Hubert Sumlin, who's my idol as far as guitar players go. He told me his first instrument was, he lived in a little wooden shack in Mississippi. He put a couple nails in the wall and took a piece of broom wire, tightened it up between the two nails, and then took a Coke bottle and run it up and down, and had his little one-string songs that he'd play, and the cab would act kind of like an amplifier, right? So this is just kind of a refinement of that, and these are gaining a resurgence in popularity these days. If you have one of those machines at home, those televisions with a typewriter glued on the front, you just type in cigar box guitar, and there's all kinds of 19th century lithographs of minstrel bands with fiddles and banjos and guitars, all constructed from these cigar boxes. Well, we're going to play. I'll tell you what. Here's a song from my new CD, which you'll hear more about. The great writer Henry Miller once said, "The aim of life is to live, and to live means to be aware. Joyously, drunkenly, serenely, divinely aware." Can't think of a better way to live life. This song is filled with his thoughts.
They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. You shouldn't tell a lie unless it's real slick. But I got something new. I got something new. I got something new. I got something new. You know you're never gonna win love by force. Everybody knows this, of course. So let's try something new. Let's try something new. We ought to try something new. Let's try something new. The thing I can't get enough of is love, and what I never gave enough of is love. The thing I can't get enough of is love, and what I never gave enough of is love. That's what I'm trying to do. Give my love to you. You got to leap into the darkness to find light. Keep your eyes open and you'll be alright. You'll find something new. That's what you're gonna do. You know the meaning of life is to be living, overcome fear. Don't you never stop giving. The meaning of living is to open your eyes, embrace the confusion, beware of the lies. If you wanna live true, do what you intend to do. If you wanna live true, do what you intend to do. You know, all the applause that I've ever heard can't hold a candle to the love of a girl. All the applause that I've ever heard can't hold a candle to the love of a girl. I know this is true. Everybody knows it too. Well, there's a great big heartache around the world. I'm stuck for words, but I'm gonna be heard. Not for the chosen few. Everybody else is too. This world is not for the chosen few. Everybody else is too. This world is not for the chosen few. Everybody knows it too. This world is not for the chosen few. Everybody else is too. Thank you. All right. I must commend your excellent taste in music, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Here's a song by a fellow named Kokomo Arnold. Kokomo Arnold was a huge recording star back in the 1930s, right up in the top 10 of record sales, up with people like Bessie Smith, Leroy Carr, Blind Lemon Jefferson. These were the superstars back in the 1930s. Quite an influential artist as well, Robert Johnson.
listened to one of his recordings and turned it into a song called Sweet Home Chicago. This is one of his called The Front Door Blues, 1934.
I said good morning, Holland Blues, how do you do? Holland, good morning, Holland Blues, how do you do? Do mighty well this morning, can't get along with you. How can I do right, baby, when you won't do right yourself? How can I do right, baby, when you won't do right yourself? Now my good gal, she quit me. Well, I don't want nobody else. It takes a rocking chair to rock, a rubber ball to roll. Takes a teasing little mama, you know, just to pacify my soul. Well, I don't feel welcome any old place I go. The little woman that I'm loving had drove me from a door. Your Bible, you can sing out your hymn book, fall down on your knees and ask the good Lord to help you. But you're gonna need my help someday.
You need my help someday. Can handle a 3-string, but 2-string is a little too much. We'll finish that off later in the night.
This hectic, frenzied paced Las Vegas style show.
All right. Here's the oldest song on my repertoire. I play this song every night, never get tired of it. This song is so old it predates recorded history. And by that I mean, of course, the late teens and early 20s when vernacular music began to be recorded. You know, before that time, the only music deemed worthy of recording was highbrow music, you know, symphony, classical stuff, you know, operas. Caruso was a big early recording artist, you know. Once they started recording what the people were actually playing and singing in the country, you know, hillbilly music, mountain music, blues, bluegrass, all that kind of stuff, that's when they really started selling records, you know. By that time, this song was well ensconced in American folklore. This song may have been sung around Civil War campfires, for all I know. It goes way back. It probably has its roots in a folk legend or a story about a gambler who lived in St. Louis. His name was Stagger Lee. Old Stag had a bad reputation. A very cold-hearted man. Mean spirit, always carried a loaded pistol, and was a very poor loser. some of you did not want to engage in a game of chance with. One day William Lyons blew into town, a sporting gentleman, looking for some action. Wouldn't take nobody's advice, listen to nobody. Got engaged in the game of chance with Mr. Lee with tragical results. Could have been on a rainy morning, could have been on a rainy night. Stagger Lee, Billy Lyons had a great big fight, talking about this bad man. Well, old Stagger Lee. Stagger Lee and Billy were men who gambled late. Stagger Lee threw down a 7, Billy swore that he threw 8, talking about this bad man named Stagger Lee. Sing the song now. Right away, Billy realized the error of his judgment. Never, ever complain while you're ahead, especially to Stagger Lee. When I Stagger Lee, said Billy, man, you know I shouldn't have said that. I already won all your money and your brand new Stetson hat, and I know you're a bad man. Here comes old Stagger Lee, mad. That's as loud as it's going to get, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be scared. You just have to emphasize the foul mood of Mr. Lee. Old Billy was quaking in his boots with fear now. All he could do was plead for his life. When I Stagger Lee, cried Billy, man, don't you take my life. I got 3 little children and a very lovely wife. Please, Mr. Lee, don't shoot me. Mr. Lee was not moved. Looked Billy right in the eyes and told him this. I don't care about your little children. I don't care about your lovely wife. You done taken all my money, and I'm bound to take your life, because you see, I have a certain reputation to maintain. You believe it? It's gonna kill a man just to set an example? Mean. Cold-hearted and mean. What'd he do? When I Stagger Lee shot Billy, shot that boy so bad, the bullet went through Billy, broke the bartender's looking glass. He was a bad character, but you already know that. Now, 72 more verses to this song, ladies and gentlemen. You know, the chase, the arrest, the incarceration, the trial. I'm not going to put you through all that. Give you the Reader's Digest condensed version. Gentlemen of the jury, what do you think about that? Stagger Lee shot Billy, about a $5 Stetson hat. You know he's a bad man. That old Stagger Lee, talking about his name was Thank you. Thank you kindly. All right, this style of guitar I'm playing here is called bottleneck or slide guitar. And it really didn't catch on, didn't gain popularity in the blues world until the turn of the century. Not this one, the last one. It was a big Pan Pacific exposition in 1903, and on the West Coast, and they had a Hawaiian pavilion with, featuring Hawaiian culture, food, dancers, and they had Hawaiian musicians, of course, and the guitar players in Hawaii, they like to play their guitars flat style like this, and they use either a penknife or a bar. I can't really do it, but get that Hawaiian. That kind of crazy action. Well, the American blues players saw this, and they figured if they could break the neck off a bottle or cut a piece of pipe, they could, get that nice human sounding, but still have their fingers free to play rhythm, so it's kind of like the best of both worlds because they want to imitate the human voice. The human voice is the ultimate instrument, right? All musical instruments try to imitate it. If you want to learn to play this style of guitar, you can go to a music store, pay $20, $30 for some fancy-ass slide, or do like me. Just go to Sears, but do it quickly. And go to the automotive department and get yourself a deep socket spark plug ratchet. Come in all sizes. I use 5/8, but fit your finger perfectly. If you got metric fingers, they got metric sizes. Best thing about it, $1.99, guaranteed for life. Had this one 42 years. So got a spare just in case I did. Here's a song by a fellow named Blind Willie McTell, lived in Atlanta, Georgia. Blind Willie was a street singer. He sang in the streets of Atlanta from the late 20s all the way to the 1960s. Also had some huge blues hits in the 1930s, 78s. And when I say huge blues hits, if you sold 5,000 copies of a record, that was like a big hit because these were what they called race records. They were marketed strictly to black folks in the South. And not too many black folks had a Victrola or phonograph. So they were mostly for, juke joints, jukeboxes, corner stores, that kind of stuff. But still, he played on the streets to make his living. It's a combination you won't find in today's music industry, A recording star is still singing on the streets, and you ain't going to find Lady Gaga someplace with a guitar case open. And, that's for truth. Anyway, here's a Blind Willie McTell song. You all must remember the Allman Brothers Band. Okay, Statesboro Blues. Wake up, mama, turn your light down. It's a Blind Willie McTell song. They lived in his neighborhood. They knew this guy, right? This is called Mama Tain't Long for a Day.
Wake up, mama, don't you sleep so hard. Wake up, mama, don't you sleep so hard. You got these blues walking around in your backyard. Blues grab me at midnight, wouldn't let me go till day. Grab me at midnight, wouldn't let me go till day. And that's the reason your daddy's feeling this way. I know my bulldog, honey, when I hear him bark. Listen to that old dog now. Know my bulldog, honey, when I hear him bark. I tell my woman when I feel her in the dark. Big stars falling, mama won't be long for day. Big stars falling, mama won't be long. Put my head on the pillow where my good gal used to lay. Thank you. Steal from the best, that's my motto. Yeah. Oh, here's another original song. Okay, I gotta preface this one by stating that I'm not a doctor. Neither am I a doctor's son. Nevertheless, my initials are MD. I feel uniquely qualified to opine on this particular subject. We don't do like whiskey, and whiskey ain't like weed. When you need to medicate, select the one you need. If you're feeling down, the bottle helps you blur. If you're feeling sickly, roll a reefer for sure. Stay away from the pills, they won't cure your ills. Take my advice, and you feel real nice. People, there ain't no cure, I know that for sure. It's for consolation, natural medication. Stay away from the doctors, they won't do you no good. Get the natural medication, make you feel just like you should. People, there ain't no cure, I know that for sure. It's for consolation, natural medication. 'Cause we don't do like whiskey, and whiskey ain't like weed. When you need to medicate, select one you need. Simple as that. Now that happens to be, this is serious business, man. That happens to be on my new record. Just a brief few words from our sponsor, the fine folks at Electrify Records. Are you run down, logy, snapping at your loved one, can't get a job, bored with retirement? You got the misery and the backache, your feet hurt you when you walk? You need this record in your home, ladies and gentlemen. The mere presence of this in your home will cure all your ills and give you a better life. Each copy, of course, it's upside down. Oh, man. No wonder you're laughing. No wonder you're laughing. I'll get this right here. Each copy is, of course, hermetically sealed for your protection in these troubled times, ladies and gentlemen. They're only $15 a copy. $15. We're not like them other bands charge $20, $25 for these. And you know how cheap these are to make? Anyway, do visit the Morgan Davis Boutique. It'll be open between sets, and I'll be happy to sign it for a nominal fee. Is this on? It is, okay. I paid $5 for that. No, you don't applaud commercials. Come on. This sick consumer society we live in. Anyway, Christmas is just around the corner. You may have a needy blues friend. Do see me, and we'll fix you up with one of those fine records. All right. I had two requests for a Robert Johnson song. I hope they're still here. We got some Robert Johnson fans here? There we go. All right. For those of you who don't know who Robert Johnson is, I'll have to fill you in real quick. He's a very important figure in the blues in that
he was kind of a second generation country blues artist. So when the blues started being recorded, there were two basic branches. Country blues, which was recorded in rural situations. Generally, a musician and either guitar or piano was a favorite backup instruments because you could play chords and sing at the same time. You know, hard to do that with a trumpet. You know? So these were the favorite two instruments, and they were usually filmed in the field. You know, recorded in the field, like in store, hotel room, or their front porch, right? Meanwhile, up north, New York City, was what's called classic blues, and these are all female singers. Bessie Smith, Ma Rainey, Alberta Hunter, backed by a 3, 4, 5-piece little jazz ensemble. And they didn't know how to back up these gut bucket blues singers, you know. The backbeat hadn't been invented. They didn't even have drum kits. The percussionists played what they called monkey skulls, little different size gourds, you know, that kind of thing happening, and just feeling the way around. My little girl used to call it cartoon music. You know, you watch those Saturday morning cartoons and those Max Fleischman cartoons. They had that crazy stuff behind it. So, you know, this is what I'm talking about, the late 20s here when that all was happening, mid to late 20s. Robert Johnson recorded 10 years later in the 1930s, and he had 10 years of recorded blues to listen to. You know, these first country blues guys, they may have heard the guy up the road in the next plantation, or maybe a carnival or minstrel show came through town, and he'd run, check out the guitar player and try to remember a lick or two. But Robert had the luxury of listening to records. So he knew what was happening in Texas, New York, St. Louis, a very sophisticated ear. Consequently, he, you know, took many, many influences you can hear all in his music and created a kind of a new direction for it. So, very important cat. He wrote stuff like Sweet Home Chicago, Dust My Broom, Love in Vain, Walkin' Blues, Crossroads. You know, they make up a great deal of the repertoires of blues bands today still. But I'm going to play you one of his lesser heard songs. This is called the Phonograph Blues, all about his girlfriend Beatrice and her phonograph, so to speak. And I'll just inform you novice blues listeners, if you listen to a blues song and it's anything to do with like farm animals, machinery, or cars, it's about sex. Phonograph Blues.
Beatrice, she got a little phonograph, and it won't play a lonesome word. Yeah, she got a phonograph, and it won't play a lonesome word. What evil have I done? Or what evil had the poor girl heard? Beatrice, I love my phonograph, but you broke my winding chain. Honey, I love my phonograph, but you broke my winding chain. Taking my loving, give it to your other man. Well, now we played it on the sofa, we played it side the wall. My needle has got rusty, baby, it will not play at all. We played it on the sofa, man, and we played it right upside the wall. Oh yeah. But now my needle has got play, and it will not play at all. Oh, Beatrice, honey, won't you bring your clothes back home? Oh, Beatrice, honey, won't you bring your clothes back home? I wanna wind your little phonograph just to hear your little motor moan. Phonograph blues. Thank you. Thanks, Diamond. Oh, we got 2 shows this evening. I really want to thank all you folks for coming and spending the evening with me. Yes, I'm going to take it home with a song that was on my last CD. I have to preface this one by telling you that I'm the last musician on earth that travels without one of those me phones, right? iPhones, my phones, yeah. But they're ubiquitous, no matter where I travel, from Tofino to St. John's. Everywhere you go, suddenly you see people's faces lit up and being transported far, far away. Yeah, I call them doodads. In fact, in Germany, they call them handies, right? They love them things. They call them handies. And it's getting so bad, they're starting to put traffic signals in the sidewalk in intersections. I ain't lying. People ain't looking up there, man. Walking right into the traffic signal. Is this on? It is, okay. I guess you all know that here in Duncan, see? Anyway, I call them doodads. This song asks the musical question, what do that doodad do? What do that doodad do? What do that doodad do? You know it's more than the phone that you can't leave alone. What do that doodad do? I see that you threw your cell phone away. It won't do the things you want a machine to do today. You spent lots of money to get something nice. Now you're constantly playing and fooling around with your new device. Tell me, what do that doodad do? What do that doodad do? You know it's more than the phone that you just cannot leave alone. What do that doodad do? You tell me you tumble, and now you can tweet. Got LinkedIn from your head to your feet. A slave to Facebook till the day you die. Might wind up having your YouTubes tied. What do that doodad do? Hey now, what do that doodad do? Well now it's more than the phone that you can't leave alone. What do that doodad do? You don't need to navigate or read a map. It will steer you anywhere, and you will count on that. But here's my warning, and don't be surprised. You're gonna find yourself lost when the battery dies. What do that doodad do? What did that doodad used to do? What do that doodad do? Well now it's more than the phone that you can't leave alone. What do that doodad do? I don't mean to alarm you or kick up a fuss. Keep your eyes on the screen, you'll walk into a bus. If you're visiting friends, keep your telephone near, 'cause you want to converse with whoever's not here. What do that doodad pays your bills, orders your pills? What do that doodad cures your ills, brinds your dills? What do that doodad clean up spills, make out your will, and give you lots of thrills before it winds up in the landfill? What do that doodad call, wait, and cogitate? What do that doodad investigate and correlate? What do that doodad excitate when it vibrate? What do that doodad do? All right, happy break. We'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second part of the evening. Now, I was just having a little discussion with Morgan about second-hand items, right, and how we both love to shop at Value Village. And when you're over 60, you do get that third off on Tuesdays. Is that cross country? I know it is in BC. It's I got ID'd at Value Village. Well, it wasn't this year. It's maybe 5 years ago, but to get ID'd at Value Village in your 60s is a wonderful thing. The reason I bring that up is because that's where I bought my last pair of running shoes that were used. And with used items, you have to be careful, Morgan, because sometimes they carry their history with them. So I've got these pair of red high tops, fit me like a glove, well, like a shoe, worn for about 2-3 weeks. Finally, I had to get rid of them because the ugly past reared its head.
What?
The guy that had owned them before me had been a drug dealer. I don't know what he had laced them with, but I kept on tripping. Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful, the great Morgan Davis.
Oh, man, I got to recover from that now. The Colonel Tom Parker of the Duncan promotional scene, ladies and gentlemen. Longevity John. All right, some more songs from the new CD.
I had a hole where my heart used to be, and I found what I was hoping to see. I've been a drifting and traveling man. Now I know what I hold in my hand. It wasn't just a quest for something new. I no longer need to search for you. Unexpectedly you came along, got me singing a brand new song. I'm a hobo but I'm riding in style, got a smile last 1,000 miles. Experience I've had a few, I no longer need to search for you. All my days have been filled with a dream of you. Found no way I could make the dream come true. Now I know that the road led me straight to you, and it's so right and it's so true. We finally met. I'm living this dream with no regret. Been a rider from sea to sea, till my soul never felt so free. I'm one of the lucky few. I no longer need to search for you. Search is over now, baby. I don't have to look no more, 'cause I found you. Thank you, folks.
Thank you very much.
All right, this goes out to all the white-shoed lawyers and bankers who swindled everybody back in 2008. Not one of them ever did any time. How come people got to act like that? They'll take your love and your money, take your sugar and your honey. They'll take you skinny or fat. Hey, how come people got to act like that? They'll take your house and your home, just won't leave you alone. They'll take the shirt off your back. Hey, how come people got to act like that? your farm and your crop. Take everything that you got. They'll laugh behind your back. Tell me why people got to act like that. How come? Bobby Charles song. Thank you, folks. See, you ever been the apple of somebody's eye? And then suddenly, overnight, you're just a pebble in their shoe. That's what this one's about. I'm just a pebble in your shoe, irritating you. You used to love me, now we're through. I'm just a pebble in your shoe. Baby, now it wasn't long ago when you told me that you loved me so. Ain't it strange I see you change from the way it used to be before, when you were loving me deep and strong, back in the day when I could do no wrong. And suddenly you set me free. Now I'm singing me a different song. I'm just a pebble in your shoe, irritating you. You used to love me, now we're through. I'm just a pebble in your shoe. Numbers were exchanged, rendezvous arranged. Numbers were exchanged and rendezvous arranged. You know that love is such a tricky thing. My heart convinced me to let her in. My mistake is she was faking. For her it wasn't nothing but a fling. You know that love can make a man blind. He'll make another world up in his mind. But now the proof is in the truth of how our love began to unwind. And now our love is in the past. It couldn't be a love to last. Yes, now our love is in the past. It couldn't be a love to last. Well, now our love is at an end. No use trying to pretend. My broken heart has got to start to try to find a way to mend. Yeah, now our love is at an end. You couldn't even be a friend. My little heart has got to start to try to find a way to mend. I'm just a pebble in your shoe, irritating you. You used to love me, now we're through. I'm just a pebble in your shoe. Yeah. Thank you very much. All right. All right, way back again, 1928, Mississippi Delta. Blues was starting to be recorded in the late 20s by people like Charlie Patton and Son House. And backup guitars for both of those fellas on many records was a fellow named Willie Brown. And most of the musicians in the Delta, the guitar players, regarded Willie Brown as the man as far as guitar playing. Robert Johnson even mentions him in the last verse of Crossroad Blues. He says, you can run, tell my friend Willie Brown. That's the Willie Brown he's talking about. But Willie Brown did record two sides, 278s under his own name. The Future Blues and the M&O Blues. M&O was the Mobile and Ohio Railroad. And, you know, every once in a while you find a couplet in the blues that just kind of, you know, tells the truth in a very direct way. You probably noticed now that the blues does not deal with romantic love in a sentimental or, you know, syrupy way. It's very realistic about relationships, you know. A few years ago there was a pop song this gal was singing,
I don't want my eyes if I can't see you. I don't want my arms if I can't hold you. Hey, man, I want my eyes and my arms, you know. If you don't love me, I'll get somebody who will. You know? That's the attitude of the blues, you know. So Big Joe Turner has a great couple lines. Says, you're so beautiful, but you got to die someday. All I want is some of your loving before you pass away. Hmm? In this song, Willie Brown sings, I love you, baby, you're the finest woman in the town, 'cause you put it up solid. It will not come down. Explain to your neighbors. This is the days before Viagra. M&O Blues.
When I leave here, I'm gone. Catch that M&O. When I leave here, I'm gone. Catch that M&O. I'm go back where I never been before. And if I had a notion, and I believe I will, said if I had a notion, and I believe I will, I would build me a mansion up on Decatur Hill. And now all you men ought to be ashamed of yourself. Talking about all you men ought to be ashamed of yourself. Why? Going around here bragging you got one woman, all to yourself. And I love you, baby, you finest woman in the town. Yes, I love you, baby, you finest woman in the town. 'Cause you put it up solid, it will not come down. And I asked her how about it, and she said, all right. Yes, I asked her how about it, and she said, all right. But she never showed up at the shack last night. Never showed up. Yeah. Okay, do we have any country music fans here? Sure. All right. It's okay to like country music. It's fine. All right, we're going to wade into the waters of political incorrectness with this song. Why? For a cheap laugh. This is called You're Not the Best, but You're the Best That I Can Do. Once I had a blue-eyed girl, as pretty as I have known. Boys, you know I loved her so, and then she left me all alone. And I swore upon this bar stool I'd never make that mistake again. You ain't so fine, but you're all mine, and I'll love you till the end. But darling, don't you worry, 'cause they say that love is blind. Lust has eyes like an eagle. It's gonna drive me out of my mind. And though my eyes sometimes wander, it doesn't mean that I'm untrue. You're not the best, but you're the best that I can do. Well, pretty girl, she'll leave you to drown in your own tears. homely gal, she'll leave you too. But then again, who really cares? And them eyes of blue, they could not be true. They'll have to stay here in my dreams. And I guess that's why old Hugh Hefner invented Playboy magazine. So sit right here beside me, dear, and I will tell you what we will do. We're gonna twist them lids and hope our kids look more like me than you. And when that bottle's finally empty and we tumble across the floor, I'm gonna pray my imagination is gonna pull me through once more. So darling, don't you worry, 'cause they say that love is blind, but lust has eyes like an eagle, is gonna drive me out of my mind. And though my eyes sometimes wander, it doesn't mean that I'm untrue. You're not the best, but you're the best that I can do. Oh, oh, yeah. Thank you. Obviously, the drugs have taken effect now, ladies and gentlemen. Don't know where this shows. I'm only serious. Okay. Do we have any cat owners in the crowd tonight? One. You know, look how reticent people are to it. It's okay to own a cat. It's okay to like country music. There's 4 people here now that own cats. That's what I need for this song. You have to have at least 4 people. This one's called, oddly enough, Cats. Written by my friend Jeff Bartley, lives in Cambridge, Massachusetts. He's got a cat called Big Fluffy the Moth Slayer. Did you know that cats gain weight the faster asleep they fall? When cats are awake, they weigh almost nothing at all. But when they fall asleep on your lap or on your buns, a cat that's really snoozing can weigh several hundred tons. Cats. You should listen to this one if you own a cat. Put that camera down. You own a cat? It's going to be a quiz on this later. You got plenty of pictures. You got 700 damn pictures already. All right, give it a rest. Did you know that cats can see things that are not there? That's why you often see some cats looking at the air. Cats are good at seeing things that normal people can't. There's probably 15 moon men right behind my avocado plant. Everyone loves cats, but some folks love them dead. Frankly, I would rather have a warm one on my bed. Cats are fussy eaters, and caviar is not free. They're sent to grace the boring human lives of you and me. Have you noticed cats are lazy? They usually sleep all day. When we point this out to them, they yawn and drift away. Cats are telepathic. That's why the Cheshire smiles. And when you're swamped with paperwork, they jump right on the pile. Bad kitty, look what you did. Cats don't pull sleds through ice and snow. They don't drive their own car. Dogs have owners, cats have staff. That's just the way things are. In Egypt, cats were worshipped. They guarded temples in Tibet. And their sage advice to me and you is, let me tell you people something. You need to be taking a heck of a lot more naps. You know what I'm saying? Do you hear? I mean, do you like having heart attacks? Crying out loud. Cats can disappear. They can move without a sound. When it's time for their distemper shots, they're nowhere to be found. And when his time arrives, don't throw away your cat. 'cause skinned and cured and sewn up tight, he'll make a lovely winter hat. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Nice kitty. Nice big kitty. Nice big 7 3/4 kitty. Cats. No cats were harmed in the writing of this song. Okay. Time to switch guitars. Couldn't find a string for my cigar box once, so that's retired for the night. All right, here's the first song that Muddy Waters ever recorded. 1941, long before he found fame and fortune in Chicago. A fellow named Alan Lomax was traveling the South. He was working for the Smithsonian, collecting all kinds of folk material. A big, Jeesley 800-pound acetate recording machine in the back of a station wagon. He went out in the field and recorded people in barns and front porches and country stores. And someone directed him to McKinley Morganfield's house, which was Muddy's given name before he changed it to a stage name. And Muddy taught me how to play this song. He used to stay at the Westminster Hotel in Toronto, which is long gone. But 1971, when I was a brash young man, I asked him to show me how to play this song. I'm still trying to get it right. It goes something like this. Well, I'm all in my sleep. Hear my doorbell ring. Looking for my baby. I didn't see but a doggone thing. Woman, I'm troubled. And I'm all worried in mind. Well, now I can't be satisfied. Just can't keep from crying. Well, I know somebody, girl, been talking to you. I don't need no telling. I can watch the way you do. Woman, I'm troubled, and I'm all worried in mind. Well, now I can't be satisfied. Just can't keep from crying. Well, I know somebody, girl, been talking to you. I don't need no telling. I can watch the way you do. Woman, I'm troubled, and I'm all worried in mind. Well, now I can't be satisfied. Just can't keep from crying. Yeah, now if I feel tomorrow like I do today, I'm gonna pack my suitcase, baby, make my getaway. Woman, I'm troubled, and I'm all worried in mind. Well, now never be satisfied, just can't keep from crying. my best behavior so you can put that thing away. Counting up my pennies, I'm counting up my dimes, minding what's left of my own business, watching reruns of Good Times. I got a wolf at the door and a dog in the pound, and the wheel won't spin in a hungry town. You go back and snap your pictures. I just want you to hit a cat song. I don't want you to be inhibited now. I still don't understand just what she meant when she said, boy, your heart's overcooked and your mind is underfed. She always wanted me to talk, I couldn't get her to quit. It was a match made in high school, but somehow the pieces never really quite fit. But it was easy credit, no money down, and years to pay in a hungry town. Whole lot of folks out tonight just driving around. Ain't got nowhere to go, ain't got nothing to do in this hungry town. Take my advice, don't listen to me. Just get your sorry ass down to the shopping mall and be all that you can be. When now you win or you lose, when the deal goes down, and it's double or nothing in a hungry town. Hungry town. Thank you. I don't know if I told this tale last time I was here, but I'm going to tell it again. Seems that the Lord had finished all of his works. He was going to kick back, relax on the seventh day. Looked in his bag of creations and noticed he had 2 abilities left over. Decides to split them between Adam and Eve. Calls them to his side. I got 2 abilities here to give away. The first is the ability to urinate while standing. Quite a handy thing, actually. Adam jumps up and beseeches the Lord, please, God, please let me have that. That would be so cool. I could let fly anywhere. I could write my name in the sand. Please. God looks at Eve and she kind of smiles. She says, making that happy is fine with me. God grants him the ability. Adam's so overjoyed he runs over to the nearest tree and starts peeing on it. God looks in his bag. What do I got left over here? Oh, yes, multiple orgasms. Don't choose too quickly in this life. No photos during jokes either. Jeez, clickety clackety, man. Tell you, it's worse than heroin, that thing. Another song off the record. I know I ain't good looking. She don't care. I'm losing all my teeth and all my hair. The only thing that matters much, I got the touch. I got the touch. I don't have lots of money. My clothes are secondhand. Still, she is my honey, and I'm a loving man. She don't want much other than my touch. I got the touch takes her where she wants to go. My feel is real. She understands me when I show how much she moves me. That's all we really need to know. I got the touch. I got the touch. Some women ask for promises. Others want a diamond ring. My baby, she's so different. She don't care about these things. She wants my touch. She wants my touch so much. She takes my hand and puts it where it ought to be. So low and slow. She lets me in and I can see what does the trick. Reveals her mystery to me. I got the touch. I get the touch. I got to touch. 'Cause I got the touch. She don't want promises and such. I got the touch. Thank you. Trying to keep it a family show. Did I mention I had CDs for sale? All about cheap motels, death, and sex. Fascinating topics. Great party record. I'm just kidding. All right. Here's a song by Leroy Carr here. I don't want to go overtime here. Oh, yeah. Especially if it's sudden death overtime. I want to avoid that one. We got lots of time. Leroy Carr, piano player from St. Louis, recorded probably hundreds of 78s with Scrapper Blackwell playing guitar and also backed up a lot of blues artists, and was dead at the age of 30. It's the Midnight Hour Blues. In the wee midnight hour, long for the break of day. In the wee midnight hour, long for the break of day. That's when the blues creep up on you, carry your mind away. So I lay in my bed and cannot go to sleep. So I lay in my bed and cannot go to sleep. You know my heart's in trouble. My mind was sinking deep. My mind was rambling back to days so long ago. My mind was rambling back to days so long ago. The people I love, I can't see them anymore. Blues, why do you worry me? Why do you stay so stay so long. You know, you snuck up on me yesterday, stayed with me all night long. And I've been so worried, I didn't know what to do. I've been so worried, I didn't know what to do. I guess that's why I've got these midnight hour blues. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, listen, I've had a really great time playing for you folks tonight. I want to thank all you beautiful people, all you ugly ones too. And, of course, my old friend, Longevity John, going back almost 4 decades, and maybe even that much. Back when we were a handsome young man. I got pictures to prove it. All righty. Well, I'm going to take you home with a Muddy Waters song, and have a great night, everybody. I don't care where you go, don't care how long you stay. Baby, good kind of treatment, bring you home someday. Someday, baby, you ain't gonna worry my life anymore. You just keep on betting that the die's gonna pass. You know sooner or later you are living too fast. Someday, baby, you ain't gonna worry my life anymore. I'm gonna tell everybody in your neighborhood, you a sweet little girl, you don't mean no good. Don't mean me no good. You don't mean me no good. Someday, woman, you ain't gonna worry my life anymore. Goodbye, baby. If you call that gone, you can leave here now, but you won't last long. No, you won't last long. Girl, you won't last long. I say goodbye, baby. Come on, shake my hand. I don't want another woman. You can have a man. Go on, have yourself a man. You can have your man. Someday, baby, good kind treatment. Someday, woman, you ain't gonna worry my life anymore. Let me think about it. Sure. One night in late October, when I was far from sober, and I was walking home with manly pride, my feet began to stutter, so I lay down in the gutter. They know the song. And a pig came up and sat down by my side. He warbled, "'Tis fair weather when good friends get together." And a lady passing by was heard to say, "You can tell a man who boozes by the company he chooses." And the pig got up and slowly walked away. I'm not gonna leave you with that one. I just felt mischievous, you know what I mean? Okay, what I gotta do now? I have to look at the scrolls here. Yeah. All right. Here's a song I wrote many years ago. It still applies today in this crazy, Trumpish kind of escapist, consumer, celebrity worshipping culture that we are witnessing engulfing North America. It's called We Sure Know How to Live. The world's in trouble, I don't give a damn. I got my world around me, I certainly know who I am. All this confusion don't bother me. I get sedated watching cable TV. I certainly don't have time to read the writing on the wall. And frankly, I just want to get away from it all. We sure know how to live. Don't we know how to live? We sure know how to live. Don't we know how to live? I get my paycheck, I drive a new car. I take my baby out and we hang around the bar, and we socialize with the right kind of friends. We go to parties where the fun never ends, and everyone's relaxing in their easy chairs, smoking cigarettes. And 30 years ago, of course, I would at this point go back and get my ashtray, puff my cigarette. Can't do that no more. And having intimate affairs. We sure know how to live. Don't we know how to live? Here's the scary part. It's about that time. Another bottle of wine. No need to have no fear. It's air conditioned in here. It's air conditioned in here. All of these people are wearing a frown. I try to wear a smile, but they always bring me down, and don't know what put me in this awful mood. I think the answer is to eat some health food. I can't stand watching news because it's all such a mess. But we're so happy over here, I got to confess. We're so happy over here. We sure know how to live. Don't we know how to live? Thanks again, folks. Have a great night. See you down the road. MorganDavis.com. Tell you where I'm playing. Thank you.
before, I don't think. But I think we did.